Okay, fine. Now we are going to do the lying down exercises with Pilates movements, and these are the genuine mat work exercises. The first one we're going to do is I want you to check that you've got your neutral spine. That curve in the back is the neutral spine. We've done it now sitting sitting and standing up. Lying down, if you can put your hands underneath, flat down like that, you'll find that you can find your neutral spine. Some people have got a big curve there, some people are quite flat. My back is actually quite flat, but you're born with it, so you can't move it, that's it. So the important thing there is the neutral spine, so you tilt your pelvis back towards your breastbone, overarch your back. Do that a couple of times, but try not to move the upper body. It's literally just moving there and there. In between those two extreme movements, that's your back in neutral. Then slide your hands down to the side, palms down, lengthen into your middle finger from your shoulders, and that will bring your shoulders away from your ears. So you've created that space there, okay? So then I want you to keep that neutral spine. Again, your breathing is in breath, on your out breath, left arm comes back and your right leg goes away. It's a diagonal stretch. In breath as your foot and your arm go back to start position, another in breath, another out breath, left arm and right leg. Now I want you to think about your leg coming from the back of your hip bone, so you're not just doing that, you're literally lengthening from here. Okay, that comes back, and then again in breath on your out breath. Left arm comes up. When the arm is above your shoulder, lift it. So you're lifting your shoulder off the floor. Then as your arm goes back, you get a much, much longer stretch from the back of the shoulder blades. Also make sure you opposite leg, so your right leg is going away. In breath as it comes back, out breath, right arm, left leg. And when the arm comes above your shoulders, lift it and then let it go back. Okay, so let's just do 6 of those on each side. That's your diagonal stretch. The next one is one of the original Pilates exercises that Joseph did, and it's a combination of your breathing, keeping your neutral spine, and checking that you're going to really strengthen those abdominal muscles. So you start off again, lengthening away into your middle fingers, checking your neutral spine. Then you start to beat your arms from here. Now it's called the 100, and the reason it's called the 100, you breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I tell you now that the reason it's called 100 is you do 10 of those and you bring it up to 100. You don't do that at first, you work up to it, okay? So let's just do that to start with. So it's check your neutral, make sure you've got your feet flat on the floor, pelvic floor muscle engaged, and we'll start to beat in breath for 5 and out breath for 5. Then you take your left leg off the floor, your knee comes above your hip, keeping everything going, you're beating, you're breathing, you then take the right leg to join it, still beating. Now, when you've got that movement going, I then want you to take your head up. And when you get your head up, look at your knees. And you will find as soon as you bring your head up, look at your knees, you will engage your abdominal muscles. Now, if you feel anything on your neck while you're doing this, keep going with your breathing, keep your beating going, put your head back down, and then you will find that you've relaxed your neck a bit. Give it a rest, and then bring it back up again. And then the full 100, that's the beginner's bit. Then the full 100, you extend your right leg, then your left leg, keep beating all the time, keeping that neutral spine, pelvic floor. You then bring your head up and look at your toes. Now, always before you do that, when you come back down, you always take one leg back down at a time, one after the other. If you bring your legs down together, you will have to lose your neutral spine. It's quite a difficult exercise to do, but it is the classic Pilates exercise. From there, We'll just do one more today. So I want you to put your hands into your neutral spine, flat hands down. Then breathe in. As you breathe out, make sure you've got your feet firmly on the floor, and you push up from there. Now, when you push up from there, that's probably the best way you can get out of bed in the morning. Instead of struggling and turning and everything like that, hands into your lower back, but always when you're on the mat, always push down onto your hands, straighten your elbows, and sit up from there. Okay, from there we're going to do one curl down, feet on the floor, and we'll finish with the bridge, which is breathe in, breathe out, and lift into what's called the bridge position. So you're lifting up into what's called a ski slope, which is your knees, hips, and knee, hip, and feet. Okay, so you've got your knee, hip, and shoulder in what's called a ski slope position. Fine. And then from here, we're going to keep your arms down to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, lift into that ski slope position. Check your pubic bone, check where your pelvic floor muscle is, and then you tilt from the vertebrae in your neck. You start to lower each vertebrae very slowly back onto the floor. Thinking now, you're going to imagine you're lying in wet sand, and you're going to imprint each vertebrae down. Lose your neutral as you go, all the way down into your wet sand. When you come to your pubic bone and your tailbone, regain your neutral spine before you lift into your ski slope again. So that's a very important movement for your abdominals, for your pelvic floor, and also for your lengthening of the spine and keeping that spine supple. I think we can do, we'll do it now anyway. We'll do the relaxation, and I want you to very slowly stretch into your feet. Don't overarch your back, but keep your neutral spine. Point into your toes. If you're happy to bring your arms back behind your head, fine. If not, just leave them to the side. Get them to where you're most comfortable. Point into your toes for 10. Then point into your heel for 10. And you do that 3 times, and then keeping your feet together, your ankles together, your knees together, you circle 10 to the right with both feet and 10 to the left with both feet. And then I want you to really breathe in, breathe out, and relax. Let your feet go wherever you want them to go. Concentrate now on being very aware of what you're doing. And I want you to think first of all about your feet. Imagine your feet are in warm oil. Toes, waggle your toes, feel the warm oil going into your toes. And then I want you to think about that warm oil now going round your ankles, really deep into the ankle bone. Roll the warm oil now up through the back of the calf muscle, and then feel that warm oil going deep into the knee joints. You really use that warm oil. Wiggle your toes, but feel that warm oil going in to your knee joints. Slide the warm oil now up through the hamstrings and the quads. As you're coming up, think now, allow that warm oil to go deep into the hip flexor, which is here, deep into the groin. Okay, and feel that warm oil, warm and soft and soothing. Think now about the warm oil going into the tailbone. Feel it warm, and now I want you to move that warm oil up through the back of your spine, rolling it into each vertebrae as you come up, slowly rolling the warm oil until you can feel it into the tiny little vertebrae in your neck. Roll it into that neck, and then slide the warm oil over your head and into your forehead. Roll it round now. Really work on concentrating on its warmth and smoothness. And then I want you to think about rolling that warm oil eye sockets. Roll the warm oil now into your cheekbones, down into the jawbone. Make sure everything is relaxed in your body. Down from your cheekbone into your jawbone, and feel the warm oil now going deep into your chin. Sliding the warm oil down now from your chin into your breastbone, deep into that big bone in your breastbone. And then I want you to slide the warm oil away from your breastbone and into the big muscles in your shoulders. And then the warm oil now is going to sweep down from your shoulders and into the elbows. Just think about that warm oil going deep into that elbow joint, sliding it down from your elbow joint, down your forearm, and into those tiny little tendons and ligaments in your wrists. Okay, now it's warm and soothing as it goes into the big bones in your hands. And then slide it into the bones in your little finger, and then your ring fingers, middle fingers, first fingers, and then finally feel that warm oil going into the big joints in your thumb. And then I want you to just concentrate on your breathing. So breathe in and breathe out, and think now about your body sliding down through the mats, and listen to your breath. Hopefully that will do a good bit of relaxation for you. And if you're getting frustrated and depressed, just try, if you don't want to do anything else, just try the relaxation with the warm oil. Thank you again for listening, and I hope this will be helpful.